Hi everybody, this is Sheoli and welcome to ClearTalk. Today we have with us Nabeel. How are you today?
Not too bad as well. How are you?
Good as well. So can you give everyone a short introduction of yourself?
Absolutely. So my name is Nabeel. I work for ABB. ABB is an engineering company. So we make very interesting B2B products from submarine propellers to smart cities, smart buildings, robots as well. And within ABB, we have a big ecosystem. So we're looking at more than 100,000 employees spanning across the entire globe. So we run a global data and digital transformation program. I'm basically handling the digital analytics side of that program. So part of that program is platforming, replatforming, looking at user journeys, optimizing content, optimizing data, dashboarding. So there's a whole plethora of stuff that comes under the digital transformation program. So we kind of kick-started that right about, I think, 16 odd months ago. So kind of taking baby steps, and I think we are in the ramp up and scale up stage at this point in time yet.
Okay. And what are you guys doing at DMWF? What are you looking for?
So it's a good question. So I wasn't previously aware of this platform, which now clearly is proof in the pudding that, it's quite an engaging platform where you have different brands coming in and, addressing very pivotal industry challenges, right from how AI should be used and how data silos could be addressed and how to address customer insights and so on. So my take is couple. One is to deliver a brief demo of our experience of handling data silos and data integration. And the other one is primarily to learn and see what other organizations and partners are doing, how are vendors and technology consultants addressing the needs that we have at this point in time. So kind of a two-way agenda I have at this point in time.
Right. And how is it going so far? Have you managed to?
Yeah.
You told me just came. So
Yeah. So I've only entered the venue, but from the outset, I've been attending one really interesting talk around how data could be converted into insights, and that pretty much is the theme that resonates across with us as well. I mean, even prior to ABB, I was working for Mattel, the guys behind Barbie and Hot Wheels and Fisher-Price. So similarly, big organizations spanning across the globe. But the data challenge seems to be quite consistent across the board, across different industries, actually. I mean, as I said, ABB is B2B, looking at very industrial-based products, whereas Mattel is a very toy and industry-driven kind of landscape. But still, the challenges are very much the same, where you have a lot of data. What do you do with it? Data on its own is of no use, I believe. So we need to make sure that how we can maximize and amplify the benefit of the data and how we can put it into use. Especially with AI around the corner, a lot of the data being captured but not being utilized is just basically wasted effort, I think.
Okay, so talking about essentially data enrichment and other things, can you share a couple of success stories because you, like you mentioned, you have worked with a lot of big brands as well.
Yeah.
So any do's and don'ts that you think that people should know about before they step into this?
Yeah, absolutely. I think especially when we look at data and, let's talk about data silos. It's very easy to fall into a technology-first trap. So the default psychological gut feeling is, okay, what technology do I have, or what technology do I need? Whereas I think that the bigger question is, what is the business problem? What are you trying to solve? Because once you go from bottom-up approach, you know exactly what the business users are wanting. These business users may be getting all the data, but they can't extrapolate the insights, for example, or they're getting the data, but not at the right stage in the campaign. So when they need to take the relevant steps in the campaign, it's, the data isn't available. So really addressing the use cases, I think, is a pivotal first step. And then when you know what the business problem is, again, I think one of the key things is to be able to articulate the problem statement. Once you can articulate it, you can then kind of move forward and understand exactly how this problem can be solved with maybe the current infrastructure. Maybe we don't need to, lift and shift everything. Maybe there we have 70-80% of the stack already. Maybe we don't have the right skills, or we need a hybrid intervention where we need a CDP from Adobe or a technology from Google like a GCP or a Snowflake. So it's really understanding the problem first before jumping on the gun and understanding what tech we need. So I think technology is an enabler, it's not a driver. And I think within the ecosystem, tech and tech teams, they're a part of the ecosystem, they're not the ecosystem. So I think one of my key learnings is, collaborate with the business, understand the problem, and then try and map the solution based on the tech we have, and then come up with a proposal. And you've got to communicate, top down and bottom up whilst you're doing it. So you almost need and that's what I've seen the data industry it's evolved in a way where you have new roles handling that type of work. So you don't need someone who is, a ninja level coder only. You need someone who's got a good level of understanding in terms of tech, coding, who can work with engineering teams, whereas also understand the business perspective, because you need to be able to connect the dots. I always say, we're not just building data products, we're building a collaborative ecosystem. We're kind of bridging the gap, we're connecting the dots. So you need that data stewardship and kind of like a program stewardship. So yeah, I know I've kind of downloaded a lot, but that's kind of why crux in the last 7-8 years of working within the data silo landscape.
Right. And so based on, since you do have a lot of experience in this area, how have you seen AI transform the market and affect the workflows? What is your take on it? And do you actively use it, or have you integrated it? How does it work?
So, I mean, the short and sweet answer is we are on a journey of implementing AI-based initiatives and features. And it's part of our transformational journey where we are trying to do the basic building blocks first, and then we want to ramp up with AI-driven features. My take on AI is, AI, just like a lot of trends, can be seen as a buzzword. So it's important to understand where and how can AI add instant value. Just having too much tech and not being able to drive the tech is a big pitfall. I always say in my organization, and maybe people may get a bit annoyed, I keep on giving this analogy of car. It's almost like having a brand new Ferrari, 800 brake horsepower, sitting in a garage, but you don't have a license to drive it.
Right.
So AI is good. I mean, I know in terms of operational efficiencies, producing content, optimizing content, personalization, running A/B testing, segmentation, all those are very valid use cases, but I think you need to be able to have the right skill set and be able to scale up the AI. I think that would be the right approach. What we're doing internally at this point in time is looking at these avenues on where AI kind of fits in. And also, I think one of the scalable ways of deliverable and kind of a constant iterative delivery is to do things in chunks. Don't do things as huge blocks, because the amount of time, the ETA, the budget, the influence, the sponsorship that you need, it's quite hard to kind of extract all of that value at right from the outset. So the bigger take for me is do it in smaller iterations, do it in digestible, tangible drops, and that's how you gain confidence, you learn, and then you develop and kind of you scale up as well.
Right. I think that was the last question. So
Brilliant.
Is there anything that you would like to add?
No, I think you've had good thoughtful questions. So no, all good stuff. Brilliant. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for joining us for the interview.
No problem at all. Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.